Hey guys! So today's video is, am I a narcissist? So I'm going to say that if you are questioning that, most likely you are not. Okay, you're not. Because if you were truly narcissistic, you wouldn't even care about how you were affecting other people, and you would never accept that diagnosis for yourself, so you wouldn't even explore the option. So I'd say, rest assured, probably not the case. Okay. And if it is, just pray and ask God to help you be different. But if you're watching this video, I'll say you're wondering that. So what I think probably is happening is, like in my case, I'm not a narcissist, but as I was doing research on narcissism and getting out of the situation I was in with my narcissistic parents, I realized there were quite a few times when I had narcissistic tendencies, where I was abusive with my husband or abusive with my kids, like just stuff that you get used to saying and hearing. You get used to hearing it from your parents. So then you turn around and say it to your kids and you don't realize how cruel it is. So it stings, but it just flies out of your mouth. And so it could be that you have those tendencies. It could be that, you fly off the handle and you rage the way your narcissistic parents raged. But that doesn't mean that you are a narcissist, okay? I'm happy that you are asking yourself that. I'm happy that you're open to changing and seeing and thinking about how you treat people. So one of the best things for me that happened is finding out my parents were narcissists and hearing there's this one kid, one of the very early videos that I watched when I was just finding out what I was dealing with, and he had recorded his mom raging. And when I heard her, it clicked in my head, like, I remember catching myself yelling at my kids and thinking, like, I don't drink, but I sounded like a drunk. That's what I sounded like. Like, for a split second, I could hear myself and how overboard I was going. And I sounded like those drunk parents on the couch that you make too much noise and then they... So in my case, it was my hot spot with my kids was keeping the house clean. I have chronic pain, and so it really hurts to clean the house. It really hurts to sit here, like I'm talking to you right now, and it really hurts. But to clean and to do the floor and to do all those things. And so I would do it because I was used to I grew up in a very clean home. I like having it clean. And so even though it hurt, I would do it. But I have small children, and this was years ago, so I still have small children, but my oldest were very young, and I just remember one time they just dropped, like I just cleaned the floor, and they spilled something on the floor, and it was just all over, like, I don't know if it's lemonade, something like that, but it was very sticky, and I was like, I started screaming, I started crying like a lunatic. And it was just because I was in so much pain and it hurt me so bad to do it. And I wanted a nice, clean home for my kids and for my husband. But when it got messed up, I felt like the justification, or the crazy justification in my head was like, you don't even care about me. Like, you don't even know that I cleaned the house today and then I'm going to be stuck in bed all day tomorrow because I won't be able to get up. And you just were so careless. But the thing is, it's like, emotion just like whoosh, like I felt a wave of hate, of rage. The rage would come out of my mouth, but it was hate that I felt in my head, like hate, frustration, desperation. I was angry at myself because I couldn't do a simple thing like clean my house, and I was mad at my kids for being careless, and it was just, yeah, I sounded like a drunk. I don't drink. I don't take any painkillers. I don't even take Tylenol anymore. So it's been 8 years for me for that. But yeah, that's what I sounded like. I sounded like a drunk. So those emotions are very real. They're very intense. That rage that comes out. But the second, like when that happened, I still kind of felt justified. But something clicked in me when I listened to this young man's, he was living at home, so I think he was like 16, 17, and his mom going on and on and on and just saying, how useless he was and just thrashing his character and thrashing him to the core. And I started crying. I started crying and I said, oh my God, like I've been that intense before. So if you feel like you've been like that before, that you've been selfish or cruel or intense or like over the top with people that you love, yes, it's a narcissistic characteristic. Yes, you likely were raised in something like that, or I mean, it's possible. I guess it starts from nowhere, but it typically is a generational thing. And you can change. I'm trying really hard, and it doesn't feel that difficult to me. I recognized what I was doing. I saw how horrible it was. And I said, my God, I can't believe I did that. And I just burst into tears and I started praying and I asked God to forgive me for being so mean with the kids, for being for being so quick and cruel with my husband. And I don't want to be like that. And that's something that I feel very, very grateful for, because I don't think the narcissist cares how they treat you. They only care about results. And how sad for them not to be able to recognize the damage that they're doing, especially to children. So if you're watching this video and you're like, yep, I was like that too, and it was disgusting and awful, and I feel so horrible about it, my recommendation to you is to pray and ask God to forgive you, and go and ask those kids to forgive you, and go and ask your husband to forgive you. Go and ask him to forgive you. And then you need to forgive yourself. Because it's done. You did it. And you might have had your twisted reasons for doing it, but you take it back. You wouldn't do it again. And for that reason alone, you're not a narcissist. So I hope this is helpful for you. I hope that the point is clear, that you can be raised in a narcissistic home and have narcissistic tendencies and be the kind of person that you don't want to be. But then once your eyes are open to it, you can change. And that disqualified, you're not going to be a narcissist if that's the case. Excuse me. So I hope that this is helpful for you. I hope that you relax a little bit. Don't worry about it. You're not a narcissist, but you do need to change behavior. You do need to ask forgiveness, and you do need to change your ways. So I hope you find this helpful, and I will talk to you soon.